Hi and welcome to episode 2 of my casino. Last time I showed you this machine, the slot machine, but this time I will show you something different. It's a snowman race, or what you will call it. It's quite simple. You just bet which color you think will win. If I bet on red, the text says you bet on red and then the race starts. And if you bet on the winner, you will win. I got the idea for this minigame from DocM77, who made a horse racing, which is kind of similar, but still quite different. I downloaded his map and thought it was a little bit complicated, so I ended up making my own design, and I think it's a little bit easier. And later in the video, I will show you exactly how you can make your own racing game. The thing that makes my map, or my minigame, a bit complicated is that it's full automatic. So the minigame see which color you bet on, and then it's resets it each time the game ends, and yeah, that makes it complicated. And I made this by using kind of wireless redstone with the use of command blocks. But when I show you how to build it, I will not include this, but I hope you will enjoy it still. Okay, let's take this block by block. You place blocks like this for how long you want the track to be, and it should be 3 blocks between them. You place powered railroad and just railroad like this, and then after this you have to dig out underneath the powered railroad, and inside these gaps you place redstone torches. And then you make the randomizer. You do it by placing a hopper and a dropper like this, and a comparator and some redstone. And then you just repeat this pattern for the other as long as you want it. I made this 3 times, but you can make it as many times as you want. So this is the basic principle behind it, and then you just have to connect every dropper to a redstone clock, and the redstone clock can't be too fast, but you still want it quite fast. So this is a good delay, I think. And then you connect this to the line of redstone here, and make sure that it powers all of the droppers, otherwise you have to insert some repeaters somewhere. And then it's time to add items to the dropper, and you need some stackable items and some non-stackable items, such as a sword. And then you add one of each stackable item and the non-stackable, and do the same thing for all of them. And this is a randomizer. So when this is done, you can see how it works now. If I power it, you see the redstone torches flickers by a random pattern, and this makes the railroad be powered. And the things what happens is when the sword get inserted into the dropper, the railroad would get powered. So this makes this kind of random movement of the minecart. And that's what we saw earlier in my complete minigame. And the next thing we want to add is the reset thing that sends all the minecarts back when the race ends. And we make this by simply add some redstone to the backside here to power the powered railroad when we want. So if we add redstone like this, and if we then power it, the whole line of this will be powered all the time. This makes it possible for us to send a minecart back when the race finished. But we also want to add a last piece of red minecart here, because this makes it end. So the minecart will stop there until we push the redstone button or lever or what you want. So we need some redstone here. So what happens now is, if we take a minecart here and starts the clock, it will go all the way, and then it will stop. Not stop, something is wrong. The problem is actually this is flickering too. So yeah, the redstone torch powers the block, and that sends power to this line. So we need some redstone repeaters right here. And this will fix the problem. So now it's not flickering all the time. And if we put a minecart here, it will race, or it will go on track, and then it will stop here until we press the reset button or place a torch here, and it will be sent all the way to the beginning. And the next thing we want to add is a start to the race. So we have to add something that makes us be able to start the race when we want it to start. So we make this by just adding some more railroad here. And this piece of powered railroad we want to be controlled by its own. So we make another redstone line here that we can power when we want the race to start. So just place a redstone torch there and the race starts. So now we have 3 lines of, or 2 lines if we want the clock go all the time. So we place a torch here, the race starts, and then it goes all the way, and we can see which one wins, and then we just send it back by powering this line. And that's the basic principle behind the thing. And then you can have to add more tracks, otherwise it won't be a competition between different minecarts. So this is the basic principle, and then you just have to line the redstone a little bit prettier so you can control it from one place. So this is how we build it, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching, and see you next time.